We begin here at 6 with New Jersey's first transit strike in more than 40 years, and commuters say it has been mayhem. In all, the engineers 150,000 commuters. NJ Transit and the union scheduled to meet with mediators for the second time in D.C. this Sunday. In the meantime, we have team coverage for you here tonight. Hearing from those commuters, also looking at how the strike will affect your weekend plans. Let's begin with Christine Sloan and the latest on the negotiations. Christine?
Well, Christine, engineers here on the picket line at NJ Transit headquarters saying they want a contract, but nothing is expected to move until Sunday afternoon. That is when both sides are scheduled to meet with a mediation board in Washington, D.C. to hammer out a deal.
It's going to be tough, and hopefully we can get a deal done soon. Everybody wants it done.
Fox standing on the picket line across the street from where Governor Phil Murphy held a press conference Friday. The engineer pulling his train into the Long Branch yard just before midnight, and along with 400-some fellow union members walking off the job.
We've done a lot of work to get to where we are, and you know, we just want to be able to do our job at a rate that's equal to the railroads around us.
We just want to get back to work, moving the people of the great state of New Jersey.
The union members won't be getting paid while on strike. The governor standing with NJ Transit CEO Chris Calori saying giving engineers the pay increase they want would blow up NJ Transit's budget and pass the cost on to taxpayers and riders.
And the easy play for Chris and for me is to just cave, fold, and kick this thing down the road. And we're not doing that. So we're holding the line for the next governor and the next administration so they do not inherit a NJ Transit that is on the brink of fiscal collapse.
They're shifting the blame, right? So they're trying to say that we're going to make them go up on fares. They've got plenty of money. They spent $500 million on office building. So they have the money. They're just not willing to give it to the engineers.
So the National Union president says that giving these members the deal they want would cost $30 million over 7.5 years, but that this strike is going to cost NJ Transit $4 million a day, and then say they're going to stay here around the clock until they get a deal. We're live in Newark. Christine Sloan, CBS News, New York.
All right, Christine, thank you for that update. Dave Carlin continues our team coverage now. He's live in Midtown, hearing from commuters today who say that the situation has been confusing and often chaotic. Dave.
Frustrating is also the word with this strike. Their commutes are taking longer and their expenses are racking up. Commuters had to choose their own adventures, the strike pushing them onto buses and ferries and PATH train service. For some, this day began not knowing the news, then a shock, and then being forced to improvise.
Newark Penn Station was a ghost town. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I had no idea. Everything was in red, and it was like, and then I started reading the news, and it's terrible. Honestly, it's terrible.
I want to go to Amtrak, but they wanted $140 one way. So one way from New York to Trenton.
Taking the ferry.
But you'd normally take the train.
Correct. It's a little bit easier than the bus.
We asked, so what if the strike continues into next week?
Work from home, probably.
I'm going to work from home or get another job.
It's ridiculous. Like, we are just thinking it should be stopped immediately because it's affecting our life.
Long day. Riders tell me that now they're heading home. They're feeling exhausted and they're dreading doing this again on Monday. And they're hoping they won't have to. Live, Dave Carlin, CBS News, New York.
Good to hear their frustration, Dave. Thank you. The strike also forcing people heading into the city to change their plans. Lori Bordonaro live outside MSG, where the Knicks are taking on the Celtics tonight. And Lori, it's so easy to take NJ Transit right there into Penn Station, walk upstairs, and there you are. But now they're having to make other arrangements.
It is, Christine, and Knicks fans not taking any chances. Some arriving from New Jersey hours early, worried they wouldn't be able to get to the game tonight. And a lot of people who would usually take the train ended up driving in, telling us that traffic is just backed up getting into the city. Other people resorting to the PATH train. And this is just one big event that is happening this weekend. The Subway Series begins at Yankee Stadium at 7:05 tonight. There is also the Brooklyn Half Marathon tomorrow and the Salute to Israel Parade Sunday. The Shakira concert wrapping up tonight at MetLife Stadium. And for those taking Ubers, the company is warning passengers about high demand and surge pricing. We caught up with some people heading to both the Yankees and the Knicks tonight, and they say despite the extra time, driving seemed like the best option.
Traffic was horrible. Usually train, we're here hour, 20 minutes. Today it took us 2 hours, 15 minutes.
No choices, or very limited choices, and tonight is just, you know, as a Knicks fan, we've been waiting for this. There's no way I'm letting New Jersey Transit come between me and the Knicks.
And New Jersey Transit contingency plans, including extra buses and park and ride locations, don't go into effect until Monday. We're live in Midtown. Lori Bordonaro, CBS News, New York.
Lori, thank you. Count on us to stay on top of the ongoing negotiations and bring you the latest updates on air and online. We'll be on the air early at 4 a.m. Monday morning to help you navigate the impacts of your commute if there is no agreement reached.